A clogged diesel particulate filter can impact your vehicle's performance, lifespan, and lead to costly repairs if not addressed at the right time. Here are 7 of the big warning signs that you should not ignore, and 7 of the warning signs that your DPF is not a happy kitten anymore. We start with frequent regeneration attempts. These can be identified by higher idle revs, by a loud sound of the exhaust, or even by the engine fan staying on after you have parked. Once or twice per fuel tank, it's normal, but if they're happening more and more often, this is some important alarm bells that you shouldn't ignore. We move on to one of the consequences of the DPF regenerations, the increase of engine oil levels. Although it's like a mysterious thing because where is the oil coming from? This is a known issue. It's called oil dilution, and it has to do with the fact that at each and every DPF regeneration attempt, your ECU is injecting fuel on the exhaust stroke with the aim of getting that fuel to the DPF to increase its temperature and burn out all of that soot. But not all of the fuel wants to collaborate, and part of it leaks past the piston rings and ends up in your oil. The phenomena is called oil dilution, and if it keeps happening, if the regenerations are failing time after time, your oil level mysteriously is increasing. Warning lights being illuminated. If your DPF check light is on, or if your check engine light is on, it's quite an obvious sign that there is something that needs to be investigated. Don't ignore it. A strong smell of burning or diesel. If you ever noticed the burning smell or diesel odor, things are a bit becoming more complicated because the DPF is trying to burn the soot. In extreme situations, unburned fuel is collected in your exhaust systems, and that gives all sorts of strange symptoms. At this point in your story, if you're still not taking action, your mechanic will for sure love you. Loss of engine power. This symptom is a devious symptom. I say this because it creeps up on you and you do not notice it. Loss of engine power will translate to a sluggish acceleration, and if the DPF is really bad, maybe you will notice it, but usually because it happens slowly in time, many people don't. Increased residue or exhaust smoke. This usually translates to heavy soot buildup on the tailpipes, oil fuel residue, or visible black smoke behind your car. Many times that will be unburned fuel escaping, and it's a sign that your DPF is going to the stage of permanently being compromised. Poor fuel economy. Although not a major red flag by itself, on vehicles that are experiencing the DPF problems, fuel economy will also have to suffer. Regeneration cycles burn extra fuel. On a healthy vehicle, this accounts to 3 or 10% of the fuel usage, but on a problematic car, things can get out of control really fast, so make sure to investigate this and consider it. The final nail in the coffin will be difficulty starting the engine, or the engine not being able to rev freely. This is due to the DPF being severely blocked and excessive back pressure influencing how the engine operates, making it difficult for it to maintain stable operation. What can we say? At this point, the patient is in critical condition. The garages, the recovery services, the credit card company are all loving you more and more every minute that you're not addressing the issue. I'm curious at this point, what other symptoms have you noticed? What other things have I missed? Maybe we are going to find a topic for a future interesting video. Use the comments below, don't keep those ideas just for you. On the topic of DPFs, this video over here might be useful and interesting, and on the topic of diagnostic tools, maybe this video will help you with the tools needed to diagnose an engine or a DPF itself.